In this video, we're going to find the volume of cylinders. So a cylinder is similar to a prism in that it has two parallel bases. However, the bases with a cylinder are circles. Okay, so write all the indicated measurements and attributes of the given cylinders, then find the volume of the solids. Include units in your answers. Give your answer in exact form using pi and the approximate form, using pi equals 3.14. Find the following measures for the figure to the right. The squares and the bases are in square feet. So I'm going to underline that. So first we're asked for the area of the base. So we could look at either the bottom or the top circle. Notice we're not given that exact value, but we could see that this is the center of the circle. So this will be our radius. So it's 1, 2, 3 units long. So the radius, I'm just going to write this here, equals 3 feet. Okay. So our area of our base in exact form is pi r squared, which is pi times 3 squared, which is 9 pi square feet. Okay. So again, in the end, we always write the number before the pi. And this means 9 times pi. For approximate form, we'll just replace the pi with 3.14. So 9 times 3.14 is 28.26. And that would also be a measurement of square feet. Okay, so now we found the area of the parallel bases. Now the height of the cylinder is the distance between the two bases. So from this base to this base, we're given that the height is 2 feet. And now the volume of the cylinder is the area of the base times the height. So in exact form, we have 9 pi feet squared times 2 feet. Okay. And typically what we do here is we multiply the numbers except for pi. So we'd write 9 times 2 is 18. Then we write the pi. Then we write our units, which are feet cubed. For the approximate form, I'm just going to take the exact form and replace pi with 3.14. So we have 18 times 3.14. That's going to be in feet cubed, but we'll write that at the end. So 18 times 3.14 gives us 56.52 feet cubed. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Okay, here we have another cylinder, and we're going to perform the same process to find its volume. So first we want to find the area of the base. Now notice here are the circles. So the bases aren't on the top and the bottom here. They're the way the diagram is given. They're on the left and the right. And we need the radius of the circle, which we're given. So we'll write that the radius equals 6 centimeters. And now the area of our base is going to be pi r squared, which equals pi times 6 squared, which is 6 squared is 36. I'm going to write that first, and then pi, and our unit, since this is an area, is centimeters squared. Okay. Now the approximate form, I'm going to replace pi with 3.14. So we have 36 times 3.14. And we get 113.04. 113.04 square centimeters is the area of our bases. Now the height of the cylinder, again, this is the distance between the bases. So here's one base, there's the other, and we're given the distance is 12 centimeters. And our volume is the area of the base times the height. So in exact form, we have 36 pi centimeters squared times 12 centimeters. So we're going to multiply the 36 and the 12. We're going to leave the pi in our computation. So 36 times 12 is 432 times pi. And our units, we have centimeters squared times centimeters, which is cubic centimeters. For our approximate form, I'm just going to replace pi with 3.14. So we have 432 times 3.14. And that's 1356.48. 1356.48 cubic centimeters. Let's look at one last problem. The figure to the right is not a prism or a cylinder. Okay, so a prism is an object where the top and the bottom are polygons, so the sides are lines, and then they go straight down. With a cylinder, we have circles for the parallel bases, but this picture right here has two identical parallel bases, so it has that property. Use the given information and the reasoning from this section to find the following. So the idea here is we can still use the idea we used from this section. So if we think of partitioning this into 15 equal units, which I'm not going to do exactly, but let's just look at one slice. Okay. So one slice of this would have the area of the base, which we're given, and the height would be 1, and we could think of stacking cubes that are 1 inch high on this, and we'd have 23 cubic inches. And we would do that 15 times to get from the bottom to the top. Okay, so we can still use this same idea since we have parallel bases that are identical. So the area of the base, well, that's nice. We're given that, 23 inches squared, because I don't even know how to find that. Okay, the height of the figure is 15 inches. And now our volume is going to be the area of the base times the height. So we'll multiply 23 times 15, and we get it's 345 cubic inches.